When we found out we were going to have a son, and I was excited. I think she was quite as thrilled, but I was really excited.
Yeah, I really did want a little girl because I knew this was going to be our last child, but I would not change it for the world.
I was born with club feet, which means that my feet were pointing all different directions. I had to get surgery before I was even 1. I had my first surgery when I was 8 months old, I think. I had 2 more surgeries after that first one. I had one when I was 4, and I had one a few months ago in June.
We realized Keegan's feet were bad moments after he was born. The doctor looked at the nurse and made a odd face, I guess, and that kind of stood out to us. And then he presented Keegan to us, and he pointed out how the feet were
His crooked little feet.
were extremely crooked. Waiting for the first surgery, we were both pretty nervous. He's been in cast since he was 2 weeks old, and we were nervous, not knowing if the surgery would work, and more or less seeing your tiny little baby get hauled away. It's scary for any parent.
The first 10 years of my life, I lived in Logan Estate with my mom, my dad, and my brother. And it was a great place. I really enjoyed it there. I had some good friends, and most of the people there were nice. Most.
Well, we moved into the trailer park in 1998.
Yeah.
It just happened to work out for us that time. It was right for us. It was affordable living. We were a young family. We had Justin, and we were looking to start a family, and we felt that was a good place for us.
There's this one kid, I don't remember his name, I just remember he was super fat, like super fat. He would pick on me and my friends. He wasn't like a hardcore bully. He didn't beat us up every time he saw us. He would pick on me and my friends, like tease us, steal some of our like toys and action figures and stuff. And he would shove us a lot, which I thought was pretty weird. It wasn't horrible, but it definitely affected me and shaped me as a person who I am today. Definitely put hair on my 9-year-old chest.
We started thinking about moving probably about 3 years into it. Well, we had known that we weren't going to stay there forever when we bought it, but we found some land out kind of in the country, and we purchased that. It took us about 6 years to finally build, but it took a while, but we finally did it, and here we are 5 years later.
Definitely one of the biggest parts of my life was moving to this house. We moved here in 2010. Before that, we lived in my uncle's house for a while, and then when we moved here, it was really boring. We didn't have much to do. We had a TV. We didn't have many neighbors. I have my grandma who lives right next door, and now there's this rich guy that lives there with a big old house. One of the biggest things in my life is baseball. I've been playing baseball since I could walk. I always wanted to play baseball when I was at my grandma's house, and I always wanted to play catch with my dad. I've been playing baseball for like a team since I was 8, which is pretty early.
We put Keegan in guitar lessons because it was something he wanted to do. I think it's something he can excel at if he really practices, because he's very right-brained, kind of artsy-fartsy. He's very into his music. And he was getting good grades. If he wasn't getting good grades, we would not have done that.
One year, my dad forgot to sign me up for baseball in 7th grade. The Christmas before that, my parents bought me a cheap $80 Fender starter guitar. And my dad was like, I'll just sign him up for guitar lessons. It was probably some of like the most fun I've had in my entire life. I've been doing it ever since, and I've been practicing a lot. I ended up quitting baseball this year to start hammering down guitar. It was definitely one of the hardest choices I've ever had to make.
When Keegan told us he was going to be done playing baseball to focus more on guitar,
I cried.
I think we were both a little upset because baseball's been something that he has been doing since he was old enough to play any kind of rec.
Actually, since he could walk.
Yeah. Something that he's actually pretty good at. He's a little held up because of his speed, but not, he's a good batter, and we enjoyed watching and going. I'm going to miss that.
Yeah, I'll miss watching. You know, whether or not he played that game or not, just getting out to the games and watching baseball.
I always loved going to school, especially in elementary school, because I would always get away from that one kid that would always pick on us. No one would pick on each other or bully each other or do anything like that. They're all just a bunch of friends just hanging out. When middle school rolled around, I was freaked out. Everyone was so much bigger. There are so many new people, and I thought grades were gonna matter more. High school was definitely an easier step. I was just kept to myself, did my work, and moved on.